All right. Thank you for tuning into another episode. Got a couple things to cover here, so let's go ahead and get to it. It looks like the league is kind of feeling what I'm feeling finally. I heard all these rumors, this historic trade, most trade value ever, and listen to what Windhorse says. Or music, wait, hold on. Yeah, they play the commercial. Windhorse has been saying that they're not getting that historic value. The trade prospects, you can just see the title of this right here. Trade prospects aren't as high as the Nets hoped. I mean, Kevin Durant is 34. I don't understand, and just got swept out of the playoffs. I don't know how that equals the biggest package in league history. There's some moving parts I'll talk about after the video plays, but let's let the video rock.
Yeah, when the Nets put him on, Dan, I think they thought there was going to be a tremendous bidding war. And while there's a lot of interest, from what I can tell, that bidding war isn't really hot right now. The teams have made their offers, and they don't really feel the need to increase them. Now, maybe we'll see a little bit of action coming out of Summer League. All of the executives are gathering in Las Vegas over the next few days, and there could be a restart in action there. But there's been a couple of things that have happened that have even made it more complicated that involve the Utah Jazz. The Jazz make this trade with Rudy Gobert last week, where they get an incredible haul of draft picks, in which the Nets respond by saying, well, now the price for Durant just went higher. And the rest of the league is kind of saying, we don't think so. We don't want to pay that price. We didn't like that trade. And then you look at Donovan Mitchell. After the Gobert trade, there was a belief that maybe Mitchell would be next, and maybe at some point he will be. But for now, the Jazz are telling people they don't intend to trade him. And on Mitchell's side, he's going to stand pat. He's not going to force any action right now. So without Mitchell in the market, the teams are not trying to outbid each other. It doesn't make sense for teams to sell their house to pay for a car, even if that car is a Lamborghini like Kevin Durant.
Yeah, so it looks like that, like I said, teams are just not going to just pay some astronomical price for KD because of what he did in the past. Like, he's 34 years old. If you trade for him, you're trading for him under the assumption that we got 2 or 3 more years left, if that. No one's been able to explain to me why he played so poorly versus the Celtics. And I sound like a broken record, but it's a true thing. Like, you can't tell the league, hey, we have this historic player that's available for trade. Give me your whole team because he's that good. Well, you got swept with him. So how good is he if you got swept with him? What's funny, I was thinking in the car, like, if this was the year before where he had that, incredible game versus the Bucks, does he go for higher? Is this trade done already? Are teams willing to offer more? But the fact of the matter is, he's going to be 34 next year. Like, you're not going to leverage your whole team to do that. Like, they've called Toronto and they asked Toronto for Scotty Barnes. Toronto said immediately no. When the trade demand was first made by Kevin Durant, they called Minnesota. Let me pull it up. They called Minnesota and they asked Minnesota for and said, we want Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, and 4 draft picks. Are you out your fucking mind? Are you out of your motherfucking mind? What, like, it's just, I don't get it. Like, what? And now they're playing a game of chicken, because now they're playing a game where if DeAndre Ayton signs with the Pacers, that's the rumor, is that the Pacers, after Saturday, the Brogdon deal to Boston becomes official. Then the money is off their books. So then they can now sign DeAndre Ayton to a max cap sheet, which makes sense because you could pair him with Halliburton. And they've been trying to get away from Miles Turner for a while. if you're the Pacers, why are you waiting on the Suns and the Nets to figure it out? It's like I said, it's Christian Kirk or it's Deshaun Watson. And it's obviously Deshaun Watson to the rest of the team. That's what Utah did. That's over there. Like, don't ask us for 5 unprotected. We're not doing all that for no 34-year-old player. These are the offers. So Brooklyn, they're playing hardball, but they might end up playing themselves because Ayton, Miles Bridges, and Cam Thomas and a whole gaggle of first-round picks is probably going to be the best offer that you're going to get. I've heard rumored for Brandon Ingram. Why would I do that if I'm the Pelicans? Brandon Ingram is 24. KD is 34. Brandon Ingram made an all-star team this year. Brandon Ingram played really, really well in the playoffs. These are all things that KD did not do. So I think that it will behoove them just to make these trades. Sometimes you're not going to get everything you want, and you got to understand leverage. If the Ayton piece comes off the table, the deals are not going to be better. They're going to be worse, because just like with the Lakers with Kyrie Irving, I think they should do the deal, but they're saying something that is correct. Who are we bidding against? Why should I take on more money, right? In the Joe Harris contract, I think they should take it. I mean, he's an asset. Somehow he became a negative player. But why should I take on more money in the Joe Harris trade with Kyrie Irving when no one else is wanting to even bid on him? They keep on trying to drum up a market. Oh, Philadelphia's interested. Dallas interested. Philadelphia doesn't want him, and Dallas doesn't want him. If I'm the Mavericks, I don't want him anywhere near Luka Doncic. So, in New York, they didn't even wait. They could have absorbed him and gave a pick or two. They didn't even wait. No, we want Brunson. No one in the league wants Kyrie. He's already, laid waste to 2 separate teams. If he doesn't want to be there, no one's going to even try to convince him. No one has called at all. So sometimes you got to take what you can get. So we'll see what ended up happening there. A hidden story that I think is one of the biggest stories in the league that nobody's talking about. Let me go ahead and pull that up. No, I'm over here now. Dame Lillard. So the rumor is the new owner, Jody Allen, Paul Allen's sister of Microsoft fame, he passed away, gave the team to Jody, his sister. He didn't have any heirs. And like I said on the previous episode, they've already committed to selling the team eventually and giving the money away to charity. Right? So you have a new regime in. And Dame Lillard has been calling the Jody Allen, and she has not been returning calls. She's refused to meet with him, which makes sense to me. She probably doesn't like basketball at all. She's probably enjoying her summer. She's like, why do I have to meet with one of my employees on a team that my brother gifted me? Right? And she's probably looking at this like, oh yeah, because Dame was eligible for, one of the richest contracts in NBA history, like 5 years, 276. And they probably brought it to her and was like, we're going to pay over $50 million a year for this player who's how old? And did he win any titles? Why are we paying that? Remember, Dame's whole appeal and his whole shtick is loyalty. I love the city of Portland, the city. She's like, I don't even watch this team, but why should we pay him that? He's old. We don't win. I'm going to sell this team anyway and try to get the most money as possible to donate to charity. So why are we doing charity with him? So it seems like Dame said the other day, he said something like, he posted like, people tested my loyalty or something like that. Damian wanted to sit down and have a conversation with Jody about the team, and she didn't return his call. Then he tried to email her. Eventually, she never responded and put him in touch with Bert. When you own the team, there are critical key decisions to make, and you should be involved in making those decisions. this isn't a team that she bought. She doesn't really care about it like that. So I think that he might have played himself. You try to stay loyal to a city, but this is the thing though. The city doesn't own the team. The owner owns the team. And when the owner changes, the loyalty that you thought you built up with changes. Yeah, Paul Allen probably would have talked to him, but she probably don't even watch basketball games. Why do I got to talk to him? I don't talk to any of the other players. Why do I have to talk to him? Oh, because he's the best player on the team. We don't win. What does it matter? That's probably what she's thinking about it. Think about if you never watched basketball before in your life and someone gave you a basketball team and they say, hey, we have 15 players on the roster. One of the players wants to talk to you, but you don't watch basketball. Like none of the other players call me to talk to me. So why do I have to talk to this one? Because he's the best player on the team. The team doesn't win. So why do I have to talk to this one? Oh, he wants a 5-year contract that's going to be the biggest, richest in NBA history. Why would we give it that? We don't win. Do we win? Is he good? Is he LeBron? Is he Giannis? So I think he might have played himself because the musical chairs have now stopped. If he does eventually ask for a trade or they want to give him trade him, where can he go that is truly a contender? The Clippers seem to have moved on. The Lakers are eyeing Kyrie. You have the Nuggets. They already have Jamal Murray. You have Memphis. They already have Ja. The Warriors already have Steph Curry. The Pelicans already have CJ McCollum. Dallas already has Luka, right? I don't think they're going to want to burden themselves and strap on, two ball dominant guards. Maybe Dallas might be interested. I don't see why they would, but maybe Dame's willing to take a secondary role. I don't know. As the secondary ball handler, I don't know. Luka likes that ball in his hand, and so does Dame. Let's go to the Eastern Conference. Maybe Miami. Miami might be the team. That's what I was thinking. That's the only team I could think of because Philadelphia already has Harden. The Bucks already, maybe the Bucks, but the Bucks are not going to be able to make the salary work. They have all 3 of their assets into Giannis, their big contracts into Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday. They're not trading one of those guys for Dame. Boston's not trading any of their guys. Maybe down the road they consider it, try to package, cobble together, the guy that they just got brought in in Brogdon, but it'd be hard to make the money work because he makes so much money. So you start to say like maybe Miami, but is Miami really in a hurry to pay him what he's going to need? And that's really throwing all your eggs in a basket. And does he make the difference? I mean, you have Kyle Lowry, but what assets they're probably going to offer you Lowry and, Hero and some other stuff, right? Is that enough? So I don't know. They're in a precarious situation. He might have just played himself because you tried to stay loyal to a city and the city don't own the team. The owner owns the team. And now there's a new owner that doesn't watch basketball, who has no emotional ties with you, wasn't watching the game when you waved goodbye to Paul George and them boys, wasn't watching when you hit that when you hit that shot versus Houston. You start tapping your wrist like this. She's like, what is wrong with him? Why is he doing that? Why is he tapping his wrist? She doesn't know what ding dong means. She doesn't know. She doesn't care. So looks like number 2 and number 3 and number 1 are playing today. So Paulo and the young boy that Houston drafted. So we'll see. Watch that. I like to watch Summer League, the initial games. Definitely go down to Vegas if you haven't done it. Football, nothing really going on here. Baker Mayfield passes his physical, becomes a Panther. Well, congratulations. Recording of comments from accuser undermines one of the claims against Deshaun Watson. I thought that situation would have been adjudicated by now, but then after they did the trial, the lawyer said that the judge said she wanted briefs, and the briefs were due by the 10th, which means she's probably not going to make her decision until probably the 17th. Like, this shit is dragging. That's the worst. I'm sure the NFL wished this would have been handled months ago. This shit is dragging, and now it's going to bleed into the start of season. When training camps start, you just want to talk about training camps, a new team, the love affair, best shape of my life. This guy was a camp breakout, and that guy ends up doing nothing in the season, or camp breakout ends up getting cut. I've seen that on a couple teams I follow. So, but the love is in the air. You don't want to be talking about this at that time. So, I think that's it that's going on. Let me see if there's anything else. I thought there was one more thing that was going on in the league I wanted to talk about. I saw that in college football, more teams are trying to join the ACC. That's the rumor. So we'll see what becomes of that. But yeah, more teams are trying to join the ACC. So that's going to be, the SEC. I think Clemson, Florida State, Miami's already in the rumor. That ideal that it's going to be just two big conferences, the Big Ten and the SEC. People thought that was 5 years away, 10 years away. Man, that might be 2 years away. So buckle up. I think it's probably going to be SEC, Big Ten, and Big 12, and then a whole bunch of the two big ones, the third, what do they call it, redheaded stepchild in the Big 12, and then all the rest of the other people just knocking around at the bottom, which means even more now, because all these good teams are going to be playing each other more often. They're probably going to need to expand the playoffs, because the 1-loss, 2-loss ending your season, because now I'm in this super stacked conference. That's just going to be unacceptable to teams. So, all right, we'll go ahead and leave it there. The game is again. All right, thank you for watching this clip. Do me a favor, push the button, hit subscribe. Come on, man, push it.
Call everybody up!
Push the goddamn button!
Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
Man, do what's right. You heard her. Push the button. The game is again.
So what's up, man? What's up with you otherwise, The game is a game. Always.